Negotiations for oil trade between Pakistan and Russia have been ongoing since last year. Former Pakistani Prime Minister and head of Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf Imran Khan once again praised India's foreign policy, saying that Islamabad wants to buy cheap Russian crude like India but cannot do so because its government has collapsed. In the motion of no confidence. Addressing the nation in a video message, he said, "We wanted to buy cheap Russian crude oil like India, but unfortunately this was not possible because my government fell due to the no-confidence motion." Notably, as he was first Pakistani Prime Minister to visit Moscow in the past 23 years, Khan was unable to broker any deal that could ease cash-strapped country. Pakistan is reeling from worst economic crisis ever, and Khan laments fact that his country can buy Russian crude at discount price India enjoys, despite ongoing Ukraine war. It is also important to remember that he was in Russia last year on the day the conflict began. In the clip, he talked about his meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Interestingly, this wasn't the first time Khan had acknowledged India's success in growing its economy and buying Russian oil despite Western pressure. No other leader in the world except Nawaz has billions in property. Tell me about a country whose prime minister or leader has billions of properties outside the country. Even in our neighboring country, how many properties does Modi have outside of India? He said it at a public meeting in September 2022. In early May 2022, Khan hailed Prime Minister Narendra Modi's decision to buy cheap oil from Russia despite pressure from the United States. Despite being part of the Quad, India resisted US pressure and bought cheap oil from Russia to facilitate its people, said Imran. Our government was trying to achieve this through an independent foreign policy, Imran said. India is the world's third largest oil-consuming and importing country. It imports 85% of its crude oil needs. Since the war between Russia and Ukraine, it has imposed strict sanctions on Western and European energy. This resulted in Russia offering further discounts to its oldest ally, India. Sanctions hit Russia has signed a deal with an Indian oil giant that aims to increase its crude oil supply. According to news of Russian news agency TASS, Moscow's largest oil company Rosneft has signed an agreement with Indian oil company to increase oil supply in India. Meanwhile, Pakistani Minister of State for Petroleum Musaddiq Malik claimed in April 2023 that the first shipment of cheap oil from Russia will reach Pakistan next month, Geo News. In an interview a private news channel, the Minister of State stated that Islamabad has completed the agreement with Moscow and said, the first shipment will arrive next month a cargo. The deal, which has been under preparation for months, could ease some of its financial woes as Pakistan, a net energy importer, looks for ways to cut its oil import bill. Malik said the government is making progress in this regard and hopes to issue separate bills for the underprivileged and elite class, Geo News reported. Last month, sources told the news that the oil division is trying to procure Russian crude at around $50 per barrel, which is at least $10 below the G7 cap on valuables from Russia. Until the war against Ukraine. According to Geo News, officials participating in virtual talks with Russia shared that Moscow is more interested in completing all prerequisites such as payment method, premium shipping cost and insurance cost before signing the agreement with Pakistan. Negotiations between Pakistan and Russia have been ongoing since last year for the oil trade, which continues to be a controversial issue in Pakistani politics. Former Prime Minister Imran Khan has repeatedly claimed that his government was overthrown because, like India, it pursued an independent foreign policy that would allow it to buy oil from Russia at a discount.